right, thanks for being here at the Worldwide Public Sector. My name is James Spencer, Partner Solutions Architect here at AWS. And today I'm here with Shailene Savage. How you doing, Shailene?
Pretty good. How are you, James?
I'm doing great, thanks. So tell us a bit more about what you want to do today and what we're going to see.
Awesome. Well, I will start by introducing myself. I'm a senior product manager here at AWS, and I work in observability and CloudWatch specifically. And today I'm really excited to share with everybody how to improve your security posture with end to end monitoring solutions.
Oh, cool. All right. Uh, how many people know how to utilize CloudWatch tools or monitor security logs out there?
I would say not many. We get a lot of customer feedback that there's a lot of CloudWatch tools, but they don't know how to implement them. So I'm hoping that I'm able to show you that today and it's a seamless experience and then you're able to go out and utilize these CloudWatch tools yourself.
Yeah, CloudWatch is important, and making sure that you have all your tools available is incredibly important. So people want to be able to pinpoint bad actors and malicious malware quickly. Can you kind of describe that to us?
Sure. So there's an old adage in the cybersecurity field that says it's not a matter of what if you'll be attacked, it's a matter of when. And so we really focus within the CloudWatch world on security use cases for our customers to make sure that you're protected and that your applications are protected, your customers' data is protected, and therefore you give your customers a good experience. So there are many tools like we've previously talked about, and there's a way to utilize them correctly, and then there's definitely a way to utilize them incorrectly. So we're going to cover how to do them the correct way and then be able to keep you secure and safe.
Awesome. Uh, CloudWatch is known for being part of your AWS accounts and being able to monitor everything. There's distributed systems out there that need to be monitored across geographies and several, disconnected things or connected things. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. So there are many distributed systems. We all know that our IT infrastructure is getting more and more complex by the day, and you still need to monitor what happens from an end to end flow and from a customer experience point of view. So CloudWatch is able to do that. You have to, again, know the right tools to use, and it can be complicated. And it can be a little daunting, quite honestly, for customers to wade into the CloudWatch world and say, hey, what should I use? When should I use it? But I'm here, hopefully, as an expert to be able to help you walk you through that. But it's definitely something that leaves you more at risk to security because your system is so distributed.
Yeah. One of my favorite adages is right tool for the right job. So that totally makes sense to me. With that, let's stop talking and you have something to show us?
I do indeed. Let's start with just a small deck. I'll keep it short because we don't want to stare at PowerPoints. More exciting to get to the demo. So I'll go ahead and share my screen here. Like James mentioned, we're going to talk about how to improve security posture with end-to-end monitoring. We'll do a couple things, which is just basically understand the customer challenges that exist today, and then the AWS observability solutions that are available to you, as well as a demo and Q&A. So we'll get started here with the deck, keep it nice and short. So there are three main customer challenges today. The first being distributed systems, like we just talked about, which is as industries are constantly evolving and innovating, that means your IT infrastructure changes. There's on prem, there's cloud, there's hybrid, there's containers, there's going to be more in the future. And with this increase in distributed systems means that your system is more at risk to security vulnerabilities because there are so many points of entry over several hardwares, geographies, applications, operating systems. And that leads you to our third customer challenge, which was a disconnected monitoring experience, right? There's a myriad of observability tools out there for you to use, but it's hard to know which one to implement and when. And so you, as the customer, are stuck looking for best practices or templates to follow and trying to implement the best tools for the job. So, how do we solve that at AWS? Well, we start with our CloudWatch solutions, which is we have AWS CloudWatch tools that are built for scale. And this means any data that you want to monitor, we're able to do it over any system that you want to. So, if your scaling needs go up or down, we go up and down with you. And this means we lower your risk to security vulnerabilities. There's a specific tool within CloudWatch called Contributor Insights, and Contributor Insights is really great at monitoring your security logs or any logs in general, but security focused today. And so they have custom rules within Contributor Insights or their sample rules, which are best practice rules for you. And that brings us to our third solution, which is the end-to-end monitoring experience for you. There's a lot of CloudWatch tools. If you implement them correctly, then all your security needs are covered. So we can show this in a demo. I'll show it live today, and then you'll be able to see this from end to end. So navigate to the AWS console. And from here, I will navigate to CloudWatch. This is where we're going to live throughout our entire demo. I'll show you a couple different tools within CloudWatch to use. The first is you're going to assume that you're in a security event at the moment right now, right? There's a potential bad actor trying to get into your network, and you're going, I need data fast. I need it now. I need to find the root cause and remediate the issue. So I'm going to start here on the left under Insights and navigate to Contributor Insights, because when you want information fast and you don't have the data, Contributor Insights is what you would use. And you'll see that I have a lot of rules already created to monitor a lot of security logs, but I'm going to show those later in the demo. And I'm going to create a rule from scratch for you because we're in the moment, your adrenaline is high, and you want to get this data. So up here in the upper right, there's a Create Rule button. And here we'll start defining our rule definition. And we'll start by selecting a log group. Now, this is assuming you already have security logs set up, because I did not go through that entire flow, and I'm not going to be able to in this demo. But you can select any log group, and this could be for CloudTrail, it can be for Route 53 DNS firewalls, it could be for WAF logs. And in this case, we're going to do our WAF logs. So I'm going to go ahead and select my WAF logs to monitor. And I'm going to select my rule type. So I mentioned that Contributor Insights has custom rules, which means that it's built entirely from scratch. You have to know all the entries you want to monitor and all the data that you want to monitor. Or there's sample rules, which are best practice. Customers want to be able to just implement the best practice rules because it's the standard. So Contributor Insights has a lot of these, and you'll see that a lot of them are security focused. So all those security systems that I mentioned, the Route 53 resolver logs, the WAF logs, the CloudTrail logs, all of them have sample rules in here. So I'm going to select my WAF logs. And in this case, since we're in the security incident, I'm going to monitor my top IP addresses. And then I can do the log format in either JSON or common log format, but most customers choose JSON. And then here on my contribution, you'll hear contribution or contributors, hence Contributor Insights. But contributors are basically just unique log field keys. So they're unique identifiers from your logs or unique keys from your logs, and you can have up to 4. So in this case, I'm having client IP because I want to monitor my top IP addresses. I can add something like request ID or source IP address, but I'm only going to do 1 in this case. And then there's options to add additional filters, and then you can aggregate on sum or count. So this means taking all your contributors or all your keys, and you can either rank them by how often they occur or by the sum of a log field. Most customers aggregate on count. And then down here in the bottom right-hand corner, we'll click Next, and then we're just going to do a rule name. From here, I can also add tags, which are optional, and I'm not going to add any tags today, but this just further refines your rule. I'll go ahead and click, no spaces in your rule names. I'll go ahead and click Next, and then review my rule. If everything looks good, then I'll go ahead and click Create Rule here down in the right-hand corner. And within a few minutes, data will start flowing in. So as you're in that security incident, you'll get the data pretty quickly here, and then you'll be able to find the root cause and remediate it. I'm going to go ahead and show you some rules that have already been created, because from here, I can create a dashboard to monitor a lot of rules at the same time. And If you're in security or you want to do any type of monitoring, you want to be proactive about it next time. You don't want to be in another incident and say, hey, something's going on. I need data quickly. You want to be proactive and get alerted. That way you can resolve the issue quickly. So you can create a dashboard. And I'm going to show you a dashboard I already created with my WAF rules. And a lot of customers create these dashboards and monitor them daily. So then engineering teams will go in and look at this daily and say, okay, everything looks good. My systems are in great health, or they'll see alerts and say, something's going on, let me go and fix them. So you'll see here, I have a WAF dashboard already created. I'm monitoring a lot of data, a lot of log groups for WAF. But from here, I want to be able to set alarms, right? I want to be the proactive engineer or the proactive IT administrator and say, I need to be alerted. I don't want to be caught off guard next time a security threat is happening. So I'm going to navigate back to Contributor Insights here under the CloudWatch menu. And I'm going to select the rule that I want to set an alarm on. So that way I'm alerted next time. You'll see here that I have my top IP rule. So I'm going to go ahead and select my rule. You'll see the data flowing in, and I want to create my alarm, and I can create it in CloudWatch metrics. So you'll click the actions button here in the right, click view in CloudWatch metrics, and then you get to choose how you aggregate the data. Again, this is by contributors. So those keys that we previously selected when we made the rule, we're going to aggregate on one of these values. Most customers choose max contributor value. So we'll be taken to CloudWatch metrics here, and then you'll see metrics start flowing in for this same rule that we created in Contributor Insights for top IP. And down here in the bottom half of my screen, all the way to the right, you'll see this little bell, and that is to create an alarm. So I say, yes, I want to create an alarm on this data. So that way I get the alert. So I'll be taken to a screen to be able to set my alarm parameters. You'll see that this is again for top IP, and I'm going to set my conditions. Do I want it to be static? Do I want to use anomaly detection? Do I want it to be greater than, less than some threshold? I'm going to select that it's static, and I'm going to say that it's greater than whatever my threshold is. I'm going to say 1 in this case. That way we get an alarm. And I'll go ahead and click next. From here, I need to say, how do I want my notification to be received? Who do I want to send it to? And some other options. So do I want to get a notification when I'm currently alarming, or when I'm close, or maybe when I don't have enough data, but an alarm has started? Most of the time, customers would choose when I'm in alarm. And then you want to select how you get your notification. So this is through SNS, and you can send it to an existing topic, you can create new topics, and then select who you send it to. Your email will be whatever email is available for this account. So it could be to an entire team, it could be to an entire org, it can be just to yourself if you want. So I'll go ahead and select the emails associated with this account, and you'll see that there's a placeholder email in here. But you can add other emails just by clicking add notification and selecting these parameters again and adding a new email. From here, I get to do auto scaling actions. So maybe you're in an alarm or an alert and you want some proactive action done to automatically scale for you. That way your alarm goes back down and you're back at thresholds. Or there's EC2 actions if you're monitoring EC2 metrics. And then there's ticket actions and system manager actions, which are actually my favorite, because when an incident is occurring or when an alarm happens, it triggers a series of events for other teams and for other people to take action on. And so we can go ahead and tie into these and say, well, an alarm happened, trigger all these additional steps for the appropriate people and resolve the alarm. I'm not going to set any today though, because I don't want to trigger other teams. And so I'm going to go ahead and hit next. And then I'm going to add my alarm name. And then hit next again, and I'll get to preview all my alarm parameters. If everything looks good, then I can hit create alarm. And you'll see here that I have a lot of alarms set. And so there are a few already in alarm, there are a few in OK. You can also look here on the CloudWatch menu on the left and see which that you have some alarms in action right now and some in okay and some without enough data. So we're now proactive. We got the alert. We want to do a deeper dive. Let's take a look then at our alarm. So you can select the alarm that you want, and I have one here for top IP, and I want to be able to go look into my log groups and be able to take action and dig further into a root cause. So I'm going to go ahead and select the alarm, or I can go into log insights here on the left-hand corner under the CloudWatch menu and look for log insights that way as well and dig deeper into my logs. So here in Log Insights, I start by filling out a query. I can make a query from scratch, or on the right-hand side, you'll see that there are a lot of saved queries that I have, and that these are pre-made. So if I want to create one from scratch and save it for future use, all I do is create it here in the center and then hit save. But I'm going to go ahead and use one of my saved queries. So my alarm that was on was for top IP addresses. So I have a query here to pull the top 100 IP addresses. If I select it, then my query is filled in here in the center of my screen. And all I have to do is select my time, and I can go ahead and hit Run Query. From here, I'll be pulling all the log data, and I can further dive into my logs and be able to find root cause, and again, remediate the issue. So this is an end-to-end flow of security monitoring using just CloudWatch tools available to you that are already in production today for customers.
Like any links we can have to maybe get some more information?
Absolutely. There are a lot of CloudWatch links out there. The best one is the main CloudWatch dashboard. That way you have access to all of the CloudWatch tools, the ones that I showed you today. So Contributor Insights, CloudWatch Metrics, CloudWatch Alarms, Logs Insights. There's also a pricing calculator so that you can decide your costs. A lot of our customers are cost sensitive, and so looking for a way to estimate their costs before fully implementing our tools.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the well architected pillars is cost optimization. So with that, thank you for coming. Please stay tuned for more sessions here at the Worldwide Public Sector. I'm James Spencer, and we'll see you all later.
So thank you so much.